Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this webinar. My name is Prabhat, and I'm one of the organizers of this webinar. And today, the topic is e-invoicing in Australia. Now, this is an important thing to talk about because this is not just any feature. This is actually a compliance requirement in Australia. So we have Prithika here, who is our Zoho Books product expert, who's going to be taking this session. She's going to walk you through the entire process of how e-invoicing works in the Australian edition of Zoho Books. Over to you, Prithika.
Thank you, Prabhat. Hello, everyone. Greetings for the day. Hope you all are doing well. We appreciate your participation in our webinar today. I'm Prithika, a product expert at Zoho Books, and today we will be taking a look at the e-invoicing feature in Zoho Books. So, what exactly is e-invoicing? In 2019, the Government of Australia introduced e-invoicing, a method by which a business can send and receive transactions in a digital format. E-invoicing increases efficiency, reduces cost, and enables you to get paid faster. An electronic invoice is a document that facilitates a seamless exchange of invoice information between a supplier and a buyer. It is issued, transmitted, received, processed, and stored using specific data formats such as XML or other structured data formats that can easily be processed by other ERP systems. Unlike other types of invoices, an e-invoice remains digital throughout its entire life cycle. Now, let's understand e-invoicing across B2B, B2C, and B2G transactions. Business-to-business e-invoicing involves the digital exchange of invoices between businesses. Sellers send electronic invoices to other businesses for products or services rendered. This streamlines complex invoicing processes, enhances accuracy, and accelerates payment cycles. Business-to-consumer e-invoicing refers to the electronic invoicing process between a business and individual customers. Businesses send electronic invoices to customers for purchases, promoting convenience, reducing paper usage, and offering customers a digital record of their transactions. Business to government e-invoicing pertains to electronic invoicing between businesses and electronic invoices to government agencies for goods and services adhering to specific government standards and compliance requirements. This approach enhances efficiency, transparency, and accuracy in financial transactions with the public sector. Now, let's see how e-invoicing works in Zoho Books. To start e-invoicing, your Zoho Books organization needs to be connected to the PayPal network where e-invoices are delivered securely by the ATO-approved service providers. Zoho Books uses Turco as the access point to send and receive transactions. After you enable the e-invoicing feature, you can either choose to only send transactions to your customers or send transactions to your customers as well as receive them from your vendors based on your organization's plan. Your customers can choose to accept or reject the transaction, and the same applies when a vendor sends a transaction to you. Please note that if your organization uses another e-invoicing software, you'll not be able to enable it in Zoho Books. You'll have to cancel the license with the current e-invoicing software and then try enabling the feature in Zoho Books. Let's get to know the prerequisites for enabling e-invoicing. When you enable e-invoicing, you must ensure to provide an Australian-based mobile number to receive OTP and verify. The organization address must be provided under the organization profile. The customer to whom you would like to send the e-invoice should also have their ABN registered in PayPal. Address of the customer must be provided to send the e-invoice. Let's see how you can enable e-invoicing in your Zoho Books organization. Please go to Settings on the top right corner of the page. Select e-invoicing under Taxes and Compliance. Click Enable e-invoicing. If you have not verified your phone number in the PayPal network, the pop-up shown here will be displayed. Enter your mobile number and click Send OTP. Enter the OTP sent to your mobile number and click Verify Mobile Number in the following pop-up. After your mobile number is verified, you will be redirected to the Enable e-invoicing pop-up. Perform the following steps in it. Click Verify next to your Australian business number to verify if your organization's name in Zoho Books matches the organization name registered in the Australian Business Register. If it does, you can continue with the subsequent steps. If not, click the organization name drop-down and select the organization that you want to register in PayPal. The Send Transactions to My Customer option will be checked by default. If you want to receive transactions from your vendors, you will have to check the Receive Transactions from a Vendor option in the e-invoicing preference section. Verify the details in the Primary Contact Details section, agree to the terms and conditions specified, and click Enable e-invoicing. With this, you've enabled e-invoicing for your organization and you can send and receive transactions or only send transactions based on your choice. Let's move to the ABN status at customer level. Once you enable e-invoicing in your organization, we would check the existing customer's ABN at the backend and display if they are registered with PayPal. You will be able to see the following statuses in the left pane of the customer overview page. Registered, not registered, yet to verify. In the last case, you can click on Check Status as shown in the screenshot to see if it has been verified. If your customer changes their ABN, the status will change from registered to yet to verify, and you have to click on Check Status again to mark as registered. Similarly, if a customer is added in your Zoho Books organization, after enabling the feature, you should click on Check Status again to mark it as registered. You can also view this banner indicating whether or not the customer's ABN is registered with PayPal in the Invoice Overview page. Now, let's take a look at sending transactions to your customers. You can send invoices and credit notes to your customers using this feature. In this section, we'll cover the steps to send invoices to your customers. You can follow the same for credit notes as well. Go to the Sales module in the left-hand side and select Invoices. Select the invoice that you want to send to your customer. Click Send to Customer on the Invoice Details page. Click Send in the pop-up that follows. The transaction will be sent to your customer and they can either accept or reject it. You will receive a notification after they perform any action. The invoice PDF is also sent as an attachment in the e-invoice. Next, let's move on to receiving transactions from your vendors. You can receive transactions from your vendors only if you are in the professional plan or above, as the Bills module is supported only from the professional plan. You can currently receive bills and vendor credits in Zoho Books. To receive transactions from your vendors, you have to enable the option under the e-invoicing preferences without fail. The transactions sent by your vendors will be added to your organization after processing them. Once processed, it will be in draft status. You can currently receive bills and vendor credits in Zoho Books. To accept or reject a transaction sent by your vendor, click the required option on the transaction details page as shown in the screenshot. If you click Accept, a pop-up will be displayed. Click Accept again to confirm. The approved icon will be displayed next to the transaction status. If you click Reject, a pop-up will be displayed and you can select the reason for rejecting the transaction from the drop-down and click Reject again. We'll show how these pop-ups look again at the end. The transaction will be added to your organization and its status will become void, and the rejected icon will be displayed next to the transaction. In both cases, a notification will be sent to your vendor notifying your action. Please note that your details will be shown publicly in the PayPal directory when you choose to receive transactions from your vendors. The following are the ways by which you can check if you've received transactions from your vendors. The first are in-app notifications. You will receive an in-app notification when your vendor sends a transaction. You can click on the notification to view the transaction. Next, the transactions list page. The pending approval icon will be displayed next to the transactions sent by your vendors. Next, we have e-invoiced view on the transactions list page. The e-invoiced view lists all the transactions sent by your vendors. You can select the required transaction there. There are a few common errors that you could face when enabling and using the e-invoicing feature. You have selected an invalid tax percentage. Select 0, 5.5 or 10% and try again. Tax percentage given for the items in your transaction must only be 0, 5.5 or 10. If not, this error would occur. This customer is not an Australian customer. You can push transactions to PayPal only for Australian customers. This would occur if the country or region given in the customer's address is not Australia. So, verify if you have chosen Australia as your customer's country in case this error is seen. You have not specified the tax for one or more items. Either specify the tax for all the items or don't specify the tax for all the items and try again. If any items in a transaction are linked to accounts that aren't included in BAS, the tax field for those items will be grayed out. If you have a mix of items with grayed out tax fields and items with tax or tax exemption in the same transaction, this error will occur when trying to send the e-invoice. To fix this, make sure either all items have tax or none of them do. For the next 4 errors from error number 4 to 7 related to customer's address details, you will have to go to the respective customer under the sales module and ensure that those details are provided. You cannot change the ABN of your organization as you've enabled e-invoicing for this organization. To change the ABN, you must disable e-invoicing, which can be done only after you accept, reject, or delete the transactions in pending status. The ABN provided is not registered with PayPal. Ask your customer to check if they have registered the ABN with PayPal. This occurs when sending invoice or credit note to your customers. The customer to whom you would like to send the e-invoice should also have their ABN registered in PayPal. The transaction sent by the vendor was received, but it could not be processed. Please contact support to resolve this issue. This message will be shown in the notification section and not as an error. This could occur due to various reasons or any other internal errors and has to be checked at our end to identify the exact issue and resolve the same. Now, let me play a short recording to provide you with a clearer understanding of e-invoicing from the start to end. Once you access your organization, please go to Settings. Under Taxes and Compliance section, click on e-invoicing and click on Enable e-invoicing. Enter your contact number here and hit the Send OTP button. Now, enter the OTP you have received and click Verify Mobile Number in the pop-up that appears. Once done, we will view the e-invoicing preference page. Here, you will have to click Verify next to the ABN and check if it matches with the name in the ABR. If not, you can click the organization name drop-down and select the organization that you want to register in PayPal. The Send Transactions to My Customer option will be checked by default. If you want to receive transactions from your vendors, check this box as well and proceed. Verify the primary contact details and click Enable e-invoicing. Then, agree to the terms and conditions specified and click Enable e-invoicing again. With this, you've enabled the e-invoicing feature for your Zoho Books organization. Next, let's navigate to the Customers module to review the ABN status section. On the left pane of the Customer Overview page, you'll find the e-invoice status. You can click Check Status to verify whether the ABN has been registered. This option needs to be clicked manually if the customer updates the ABN or if you create the customer after enabling the feature. Let's proceed to transaction creation. I will now create an invoice to demonstrate how an e-invoice should be sent to your customer. Once the invoice is saved, its status will be marked as yet to be pushed. When you click on Send to Customer on this page, the status will change to pushed and your customer will receive a notification regarding this invoice. There are 3 statuses to be aware of, and these can easily be identified on the invoice list page by their respective icons. They are pushed, failed to push, and yet to be pushed. Next, we have the Bills module. You can view details about the bills sent to you in the notification section and click on the notification to access the bill. Here, you can choose to accept or reject the bill. If you click Accept, you can convert the bill from draft to open. The approved icon will be displayed next to the transaction's status. Similarly, if you click Reject, a pop-up will appear where you can select a reason from the drop-down. Click Reject to confirm your action. The transaction will be added to your organization with a status of void, and the rejected icon will be displayed next to it. The e-invoiced bills view lists all transactions sent by your vendors. And pending bills awaiting approval can be seen under the e-invoiced bills pending approval filter. In conclusion, Zoho Books e-invoicing feature offers a streamlined, compliant, and efficient solution for Australian businesses. By integrating with the PayPal network and adhering to ATO standards, Zoho Books ensures that your invoicing process is not only simplified but also fully compliant with government regulations. This reduces manual errors, accelerates payment cycles, and enhances overall business efficiency. With Zoho Books, e-invoicing becomes an effortless task, allowing you to focus on what matters most, which is growing your business. Zoho Books offers dedicated support through email, chat, and phone to ensure your queries are promptly addressed. You can reach out to us at support.au@zohobooks.com and we will be happy to assist you. If you would like to chat with us, please go to your Zoho Books organization, click on the Chat with Experts at the bottom to connect with us. And if you would like to get in touch with us over phone, you can scroll down to the bottom of your organization's dashboard to view our helpline number. We will be available Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. AEST. With that, we come to the end of today's session. I appreciate your time and I hope that this session helped you understand the e-invoicing feature in Zoho Books.